me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Test.
Let's go. It's me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie.
Dear Mario, please come to the castle. I have baked a cake for you. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Mirror.
Let's go. Here we go.
We can fix Tay.
Let's go. Here we go! Let's go! Here we go! Let's go! Here we go! Let's go! Here we go! Let's go!
Half. Half. When will the match start?
Let's go! Here we go! Let's go! Here we go! 최고. Here we go. 최고. Here we go. 최고. Here we go. 최고. Mamma mia. 최고.
No way.
Here we go. 최고.
At what time does the Onivon start?
Here we go! Here we go! Let's go! Here we go!
Is it true that Feer is playing the Super Mario Galaxy gameplay in the background? Or is it just a recording? Let's go! Here we go! Can someone tell me when the match starts? I love Twitch giving me ads immediately when I started the stream and then gave me ads again 10 minutes into watching the stream. Just need a Greek and Ron will be sub 20.
Mamma mia!
Well. I think you could have saved some time there. Nice shot. perfect run-ins.
What up? Sick! Great to hear that, Thamir. Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you for the 100 bits, the lifeless nerd. And Drewski, thank you for the 33 months, tier 1. Flip the bit, thank you for the 55 months, tier 1. 55 months from Flip the bit. Flip the bit, what DSC does that give you? Emily, thank you for the tier 2 2 months, tier 1. And then Duke of Sims, thank you for the 20 months, tier 1. Sheesh! What up, what up, what up, chat? The People's Champion, the Mock. The People's Champion, the Mock, has just arrived home and is getting ready to set up his situation in order to play in today's match. We got in the blue corner Slater, the AI, and in the orange corner the Mock of France, of 1v1 fame. Now the Mock is going to have to be playing on really disadvantaged ping. Really disadvantaged ping. Because
if
the
Feer
bot
started streaming a million years ago, I would be watching. There's nothing any streamer could ever say or Johnny Boo could ever do that would change that.
Did somebody say that? Josh Fuego, if Fear started streaming a million years ago, I would be watching. There's nothing any streamer could ever say or Johnny Boy could ever do that would change that. Has Johnny Boy done something that would make you not want to watch me? We want to see Nupo, not Leth, washed up kid smoked against the bot. Nupo's would have miserable ping. Nupo would have miserable ping. Leth has a better chance of beating it, probably because he's going to be on NA ping and be somewhat close. Nupo will be on like 180 ping, plus it's like a bot that is impossible to beat. So maybe when Nupo's on lower ping. RL Esport posted that the world champs NRG and Nupo now have their banner on the champions field in game. That's sick, dude. Should I go check it out? If I go to create a private match on champions field, which actually I already had set up, you're telling me I'm going to see the 1v1 champs. There's another section for banners somewhere over here. Oh, is it odd versus even years? At what point will it get added? When? Are they just saying they might add it soon? Machine, maybe the 15 months prime. Because it's not there yet. We got Zen, Alpha, Radosin, Farah. We got Monkey Moon, Drally, Exotic, Casio. We do not have
Here I have a serial question,
NRG.
Aga. If Proverbs said yes yesterday, would you stream or perhaps it would matter? Can you answer please now, Aga?
So yeah, yesterday, I was trying to decide if I wanted to stream, and ultimately, I left it up to Proverb. I was potentially going to do this stream that I plan on doing next week now, yesterday, and Proverb said, no, don't stream. So I said, okay, never mind. Okay, never mind, I won't stream. Ma na 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 skana da 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 skana ba da da dee doo ba da da skada do. Let's see if this is open already. Let me just zoom in with my eyes. I'm old, and they like to keep this really small. Scan it, na 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 na. Discover ba da skiba da be da be ba scaba da ba da do da da. This is a monumental stream. If Mawkzy gets destroyed here, that means humans have lost their supremacy over this game forever. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? If you think that Diaz has a better style of 1v1 to beat the bot type 1, if you think Mawkzy has a better style to beat the bot type 2.
Have lost their supremacy over this game forever.
I think that Diaz might have a better style to beat the bot than Mawkzy. You think Mawkzy bumps more?
Canis Plaza, tell me you're saving up for the Feer versus Johnny with a project commentary.
That's a good point.
Emoji, eyes emoji, eyes emoji.
That would be pretty wild. If the flick, save, bump, goal works against the bot, I mean, Mawkzy is actually really good at that. But it does seem like the aerial gameplay and the resets and stuff were the toughest stuff for it to stop against Diaz. It's been. Why are you guys reading me so much TTS? Why is everything being said in TTS? I guess I'll let TTS say it first before I read it. Mawkzy might be really good at winning kickoffs. Forky owns Slater bot.
It's been such a long time since I've last been early to a Feer stream.
Well, it's easier to give you early now because I like to go live and I'm trying to entice you guys into enjoying Mario. Is it working? One in the chat if it's working. Are my Mario speedruns kind of interesting? Are you kind of maybe wondering if I'm going to get a good time? Let's see. 2 1 1 1 2 3 1 1 5 2 2 1 1. Okay, we got some. We got some ones in there. You have 220 ping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mawkzy has 200 ping in here. We've done this with players from Europe, or he's done this with players from Europe before. Is there any way to help with that, though?
The Mao, you call yourself a feet fan?
This King Lo's King
I'm
Hood of
thinking
King is
loaded on
too evil,
Ethereum,
yay or nay.
Aye.
TTS every message because I'm just that jacked. Try talking in chat again when you retrude score team 39.
Too much TTS, especially with the declarations for the king. TTS out of control. Then they go at the same time.
BCSM rich lil bro, I can afford to speak in TTS only.
All right. Mawkzy has 200 ping.
TTs.
So, I mean, that's Mawkzy have a tough time beating, you know, a low top 100 player on 200 ping, let alone a bot that seems to be unbeatable. Now, the only reason why we set this up is that I think I've heard, he told me about an EU or a couple of EU players playing in before. Let's try. Ooh, yeah, he's US Central. US Central could be tough. He was saying he could maybe relocate it. Why can't the bot go to the EU server? So if you guys don't know, the way that the bot works is that Naga owns its brains. And he runs it from himself. He's the server. And so he's in the US. So the only time he said, I'm talking to him right now about pings, because he's had people with high ping from EU play, like about 120, and you know that's not great, but like that's Diaz levels where he at least can try. 200 is pretty bad, So we're gonna see if we can switch up how he's connecting to it to maybe give him better ping. Can he have a trusted friend host the code? Yeah, dude, that seems sketchy to me, honestly. Trusted friend. First thing you do, you give it to your trusted friend, and then next thing you know, hey, he's got 152 now with the new method. Brutal. Do we want to try another method, or just, is that possible? Where maybe it could be hosted on US East. Send it to Mawkzy. We can trust him. Mawkzy just hosted himself. Give it to Johnny Boy, so if it leaks, we cancel him. Give it to somebody whose reputation is on the line if it leaks. We'll see. So Naga did tell us that he would play like Pokemon against a buddy. You know what would be sick is if that buddy he played Pokemon against was a US East player. That'd be freaking sick. Because obviously he'd feel good about that. Give it to the mock. I don't want it to change any hands. It really feels like he's holding on to a nuke, you know? We need a solution that will give the ability to do it with all players. He's talking about the creating of a bot with his friend, but low chance he's EU. But even if his friend is US East, if his friend were US East, we could get like maybe 100 ping for Mawkzy, which would be better. It sounds like the good news for us in the live stream is that we have Leth Kofer trying to 2v to it afterwards. First time entering a Feer stream. This is gonna be peak. You're referring to the Mario speedrun that I did to start the stream, right? 100 ping is absolutely playable. Yeah, right now he's getting 200 to 150-ish. And he's saying it's unplayable. When I came to you with these bot calculations, we thought we might start a chain reaction that would destroy the world. What of it? I believe we did. The game has not started yet. The game has not started yet. We're trying to make sure we can get a good server. Or like the best possible situation for Mawkzy. It would need to be less than 50. Obviously, that's like ideal. But that'd have to be hosted in EU for Mawkzy to get 50. Okay, we're gonna see if we can make it better. Um. Uh, t- 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 One second, chat. Sorry, we're doing all this stuff in the background to potentially get a better host. And I think I'm getting into the game right now. Chat, type 1 if I leaked my social security number while doing that. Okay, I'm in the game. Mawkzy's in the game. $140. We were able to shave off 10 ping. Not ideal. Do you want to try Mawkzy? Or nah? Mawkzy says we could try, but he's 100% getting demolished. I don't know if he needs to join after Slater. Nope. So he doesn't. Chat, here we go. We got Mawkzy versus Slater. But we have some serious ping issues. Mawkzy at 140 is the best we could get because the bot is hosted in North America. And Mawkzy has elected to give it a go anyways. He said, let's try a game and see how it goes. And I'll be honest, in the first 13 seconds, I'm feeling pretty good about Mawkzy's chances. He may have 140 ping, but it seems like he knows what he's doing. And he hits it off the crossbar down and in to score the first goal. If you guys haven't seen before, Slater is the bot going around that has been trained and is taken down every single pro it's ever played. Nobody has even taken a game off of it. We saw Diaz play a little bit of 1v1. Oh, that's tough. That's tough. We saw Diaz play a little bit of 1v1 against it, but he got only as close as 9-8, and then at a 0-second goal went in to make it 10-8. He lost by 2. That's the closest any single game has been. There's a chance Mawkzy had some serious ping problems right there with that whiff. But maybe one day we'll be able to get some EU players against Slater by either getting them on NA or... Wait, Mawkzy dodged the bump from Slater. Wave dash shot is in. Wait a second. We have a $400 bounty that I don't think I told Mawkzy about it. He might be playing just to be champion of the humans. But Vakin has offered up $200 for someone who could beat Slater. I decided to throw $200 on top. And I thought I could throw infinite money, to be honest, because it didn't look like anybody was going to be beating Slater. But Mawkzy is playing pretty good, all things considered. 2-2. Wave dash kickoff for the Mawk. Slater just takes it straight to the left side. And it's an equal game. We've seen this, such an interesting kickoff. A delayed kickoff. Maybe intentionally from Slater. Slater trying to cut that ball immediately back towards the net. Mawkzy chain dash. Power shots are not going to work super well. If there's a chance... Oh, what a pre-flip catch. Mawkzy, low 50. Not the best landing from Slater. Even though Slater will, every once in a while, steal Mawkzy's name. It's just a bug with these private matches. But this is classic. We've seen this before. For those of you who've played against some bots, you've probably played against Nexto, and this is the Nexto classic. This is the catch. Flick straight into the air when you try and challenge him. And there's a free wide open net. That's going to be especially hard to stop on 140 ping. Is the ping helping? I don't think the ping could really help because it just gets server info on Mawkzy's position, and the server is always going to feed it the info. The server is existing, you know, on the computer that Slater's running on, so it's always going to give him perfectly up-to-date info. It's not like the server ever goes back and says, never mind, you know, Mawkzy did this, let me change my, you know, result. The only person who's going to see that kind of stuff is Mawkzy. When the server updates him, the server holds the truth and just updates Mawkzy's clients on what its client had wrong. That's what the lag feels. That's when the ball teleports. Mawkzy's client guessed the ball was somewhere. Turns out the server said, no, it's here. I don't think Slater has to experience that at all. He's going to get the truthful position of the ball in Mawkzy at all times. So I can't think the ping would help him. I think it's just a disadvantage all around. Air dribble bump from Slater. And now it's 5-2. Mawkzy tapping this one off the back wall. Swinging wide. Did get Slater to miss a power shot. Now baiting him into a jump. But we'll push this past, and Slater is just too good at recovering. And we'll take the long shot from the midfield. I'm thinking we're getting a typed message here from Mawkzy about the unplayable ping. Can we host this on EU? See, he sees a world in which he could maybe hang. I'm not losing on EU, I swear. All right, who wants to pay for Naga's flights? Surely Naga could host it onto a gaming laptop and fly him to EU. It doesn't look like he's going to win this first game. Is it really just the best of 5? Well, I'm not sure we're going to see anybody beat him even in the best of 1. but the original bounty was best of 5. It seems like Mawkzy is being overcome by both the bot and the ping. If you ask Mawkzy, it's just the ping. It's not that hard to self-host. The scary thing, if I was the bot creator, the scary thing about, you know, having someone else host the bot, it means you have to give someone else the bot, which, as we've established, it is a scary bot to have roaming around out in the world. I can have it. I will never leak it, Lamau. How many things got leaked, do you think? Right after someone said, I'll never leak it, Lamau. I'm not saying Mawkzy's going to leak it either. Like, I don't know. It feels like as soon as you get rid of it, there's just a chance it leaks, you know, in a way that feels tough. But I mean, Naga could make those decisions. Z-Stab, thank you for 33 months, tier 1. Oh, Mawkzy tried to like dice it up, fake it or something. I mean, I don't know what to do there. Could have been a power shot, but how come the humans start so strong? I feel like every time the humans go like 2-2 or they play a little bit. I can't with the ping, but like Naga, can we do that on EU? I don't think we can. I mean, he's just gonna 1-2 touch the ball to the net every time. The only solution is a sort of VPS, but that gets expensive. Probably not. Naga, if you think there's a way to host on EU and what's blocking you is like the money to be able to host it, we could talk. We could talk. I mean, I don't know what you're saying. Is it like $5,000? Okay, that might be a bit much. I'm not saying I'm loaded. I just don't know how, if it's just. Don't at Vacanus me. We could just at Vacanus. The machine has learned that giving hope, that's why, you know, the humans do so well. Dude, the recovery is so snappy from Slater. I mean, it's just so unfair. What is it doing there? How can it not read that early? It's like pivoting and freaking out like it doesn't know, like a human, it doesn't know where the post bounce is going to go. Shouldn't it just be, and it's prepping. It's prepping in case the post bounce doesn't stay midfield. Mawkzy's had enough. Understandably. Okay. We gotta get the Mawk somehow on a better server. Oh, he's back. I was gonna join team. I was gonna absolutely take down Slater. But wait! Mawkzy's just trying to fake him out. The leave kickoff, come back, then win it, and get a 4th goal. Okay, he's had enough. Wait, the respawn! Cheat! Wait, it worked! It worked! It worked! Do anything that you can, Mawkzy. Wait, you slowed him down. You got him to stop. Who said? No one ever said you couldn't leave team and rejoin. Pogo shots? Maybe that's something it's never seen before. Maybe that's the answer. Mawkzy's going to go Diaz challenge on him. Nice, good shot. Oh my god, of course, dude. Of course, it's crossbar down. Slater reads it perfectly. Mawkzy just has to drop an okay. Because what else can you say to that? Well, tough break. Tough break for the Mawk. He still drops a GG to the bot and nothing from Slater. Absolutely toxic from the bot to not even drop a GG after a 16-4 smackdown. Well, Worlds might be in NA. Just make 1v1 Worlds. It's that easy. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be able to figure out an EU host in this short amount of time. You can use AWS to host an EU, but it would take an hour to set up. Host it in EU or refund. Can't I have the bot? I don't know how it works. That's a Naga question. Not me. I mean, if Mawkzy hosts it, he'll get to play it with 0 ping. But I'm not sure that handing the bot over to everybody who wants to play against it. I mean, Mawkzy would probably rather not get cooked by Slater in ranked, so I don't know why he'd ever get rid of it, but EU hosting would take a little while. Okay. Should we try it again then another time? It sounds like maybe not. Maybe Naga could host EU, but I don't know if it will happen today. Naga said it in our Discord with me and Mawkzy. If there were a way to actually host it on EU for better ping for the pros, that'd be sick. There's actually more players that I've talked to that have declined only because of the ping. And obviously if we could host it in Saudi and try and convince Nupo to go at it too, that could go crazy. But there are a couple of EU players who, or at least one I should say, who said they did not want to play against it on ping. So let's get down to brass task. How do we resolve the Gamba? 23% of people believed in the Mawk. That feels high. Daniel, beast mode 2v2, it's the only way. I don't know anything about Carl Jr. I doubt, I mean, knowing how this kind of stuff works a little bit, I can't imagine they could figure it out. We could make, is Leth and Kofor, Lethamir and Kofor still here? Yeah, okay, it would take a couple days, right. Lethamir and Kofor have NA ping if they wanted to try the 2v2 against it. Okay. Let me know if you can try to host it EU or something sometime. I think people would be down. And then I'm going to leak to Naga, who also seemed like they were down, but didn't want to play it on ping. Maybe to incentivize him figuring out how to get it going on EU. Our goal to try and win one game, but that's not going to happen. I mean, it'd be sick if so. All right. Can I start a group conversation? Do I have Kofer as a Discord friend as well? Looks like I do. We could, how about this? I think we could just cancel the Gamba. If my guy says cancel the Gamba, let's try and get Mawkzy and or any other EU players on it, and then just, you know, it'll be a second chance. Okay. We're going to try Leth Kofer. 2v2. Let's do some ads while they get them out of the way. Check Discord. Yeah, I mean, if we have time today, we could do those people as well. Let me get this overlay set up. Kofer, Leth. They are USA, Canada. What about Feer and Slater? Mirage, Steezy Boy, they were the 14 months tier 1. Wait, are subs still getting ads? Hopefully not anymore, because I specifically went and toggled it back and forth and as a hope to try and reestablish that subs do not get ads. That you should never be getting ads. Right now, we're just waiting for the next hosted match here. And we'll try a little Slater versus Kofer Leth. I can put Slater's back on the scoreboard. Zanato versus Slater. I mean, that's another thing that we could try when it gets hosted on EU. Oh, they can't today? Okay. Fear, could you and Slater take a top 2's team? Probably not. I think Slater's brains are... Huh. I did. Okay, I'm in. Chat, I'm in. A better prediction you think would be if they take a single game? We've got Lethamir in here. The match is over and it hasn't started. Kofor can't join? 8! No way! He couldn't connect to me for another custom map vid, but he could host. Okay, maybe we could do that, Machinus. Why don't I see Kofor? I don't want to help him. I can't help. There's like this Hamachi thing that I see Leth, I see Naga. Like, shouldn't I see Kofor on here too? If he's trying to connect? Didn't I see Mawkzy? We tried Radman. And Leth said he didn't like the... Oh, gosh. We might... Oh my goodness, dude. Would Diaz be willing to play with Leth since we know he can connect? He's live right now. I mean, that's a question for Diaz, I guess. Did I hear someone say SM64 speedruns for sub 21? Feer is better than Kofor anyways. Any Rocket League happening in here? Waiting? Any RL happening here? Is brutal! Did you not see the Mawkzy? Mawkzy gave it a chance. Are you selling this bot to your fans? Big W's? The bot is not being sold. Yeah, no, it's not being sold, chat. It's not being sold. When are we going to see more 1v1s? Has anyone made any offers for this bot? That would be a question for Naga. Chat, do we want to like watch a little Super Mario speedrunning while we wait? Surely we do, right? I can just put on a little show for you guys. No, Aga, always, no. But like, watch how fast I go, right? I'll just put it right here. Once you guys see how fast I go, you're gonna be like, I'm so glad that we let him play.
It's me, Mario. Okie dokie.
Play Last of Us instead? No, stop. Please stop. What? Nothing's happening. We're just waiting for them to connect. And the Mario on screen is hurting your souls that much. We good, Eldon? Can you put Subway Surfers gameplay? Where's the timer? We're just vibe timing. We're VOD timing, okay? So just... We'll look at the VOD when we started and when we ended if it feels like it's a PB. Can we see Feer versus Slater while we wait? Why don't we see Mario versus Bowser? Type 1 in the chat if you want to see Mario versus Bowser. Wait, why so many twos? Surely everyone wants to see Mario versus Bowser. Chat, if I get the bomb clip, I get to keep going. 2 cannot be stressed enough. If I get bomb clip, I'm him, and you guys will have to watch. You guys are lucky. You guys are lucky this time. Surely I would have had it on second chance. Do I ever get tired of answering the same questions over and over? Never. Never. Thoughts on women? They're great. Exclamation point play, it would cost 7 more subs. I don't make the rules. Let Slater play Mario. He's probably better Keck W. Okay. I'm sure I could beat Slater at Mario. I guarantee it. He'd be running around thinking it's Rocket League. It would take him way longer to beat Mario than me. We're trying to get Kofor connected to the lobby. That's what's going on right now. Kofor's stream died for this. Can we get some Fs in the chat for Kofor's stream so that he could connect? Please, Fear, I need this. What do you need? I'm looking at your chat logs. It says W women, and then it says, please, Fear, I need this. Do you think there's anybody in the Rocket League scene that could run Mario faster than me? Probably not, right? I'm probably the best Mario speedrunner who's also at least Grand Champion. Well, let me get Grand Champion back first. I haven't played this season yet. Who's at least Champ 3 in Rocket League. Can anybody beat Champ 3 and 21-minute PB? Zen has a sub 10. Zen has world record, as we tell me. In 16-star, sub 10 would be world record by multiple minutes, and he just hasn't told anybody. He's just keeping that to himself. Squeak Mawkzy you? Yeah, but here's the thing. If for every goal I beat him by in Rocket League, I got an extra minute for my Mario time, I would crush him. I would crush him. He would for sure beat me in Mario straight up. But if I got bonus minutes for every, goal I scored in Rocket League, Chat, you guys want to see a fun picture? What do you guys think of this picture? Eight out of 10? I think it's more like 14 out of 39. A perfect 14 of 39. Truly beautiful. You guys want to see another picture while we wait? Just remember that we could have been watching me play Mario. What about this one? Can we rate this one? Can we watch paint dry instead? Kofer's in! Wait! Oh no! That means we might have to actually watch Slater play against some players. I've been doing my best to avoid that. What would you name that cat? I would name it Scorching 39. So, are we good? All right. Chat, here we go. It's Lethamyr and Kofer versus Slater New and Slater New 2. Lethamyr, while watching Diaz and Reveal play against the Slaters, said they were not playing against them correctly. They needed a different play style. Lethamyr just needed a teammate, and he would know how to take down these two dastardly bots. So he has been able to convince Kofer to give it a go with him. And I imagine they've been able to talk at least a little bit of strategy. Kofer seemed like he just tried to Spanish kick off the Slater bots, which I'm not sure we saw Diaz and Reveal ever try the Spanish kickoff. Has Slaterbot learned the Spanish? Oh my goodness, it cooked them both by itself. I mean, Slater 2 finished it, but Slater 1 just absolutely reads the pre-jump from Kofer, goes underneath, demos left. Slater 2 finishes it off. Slater 2 faking the high ceiling air dribble, back passing to Slater 1, or we called it Slater Prime last time. Slater Prime and Slater 2. Uh-oh, it's a 2v1. As soon as it's a 2v1, Slater does the same thing every time. Oh, a demo as well. As soon as it's a 2v1, one of the Slaters locks in on a demo and the other one just brings the ball to the nets. Left, faking the kickoff, and it might just get them scored on as they chipped it directly to Slater, and Slater will double it in. Wave dash kickoff from Slater Prime, by the way, when he recognizes the fake. You have to fake so late, I imagine, to try and convince the bots that you're actually going for the ball, because they react instantly to you turning away. So unlike a human, which has a little bit of delay time after you turn your wheel and start moving that way, it picks up on it essentially instantly, and we have yet to see anybody stop the air dribble bump. The air dribble bump seems to be too strong. Kofer gives it a good attempt here as a way, oof, but he gets clipped ever so slightly, and it's 5-0. Does anybody remember off the top of their head the closest match or the closest game in the series between Diaz and Reveal? Because Diaz and Reveal played it pretty well, and then Diaz played it really well in 1v1, which is why it would have been exciting to get Mawkzy in. But we haven't gotten Mawkzy in yet. We're hopefully going to get it hosted on EU somehow in order to give some EU guys the chance. And we'll see if maybe Mawkzy couldn't take him down. Oh my, what a read by Slater on Lethamyr trying to clear it away. Slater 2 to the ceiling for the double tap. Fake double tap. Oh my, oh, go for a nice save. I can't believe it did a fake double tap to leave for its teammates. But Kofor read it. And now big flick over the first challenge. Left's going to get demoed. He knows to jump right away, and it doesn't matter. They're both looking for the demo. So he jumps to dodge the first demo, but then Slater Prime just goes air dribble bump. So it's a double demo all along. And that was not a bad idea from Lethamyr to try and get around it. At this point, people are trying to just win a single game. If anybody could win a single game against these guys, I think it'd be considered a win. And right now, Leth and Kofor are maybe trying to score a single goal. Me and Slayer, we take him down. Arsenal, you and who? Oh, give me Slater. Who do you want, Arsenal? If you want to play against them, you'll either need to play against Slater 1v1, or you need a teammate. Reddles and Arsenal versus Slater. It would be poetic if the original Slater were able to do it. Right now, Leth, Kofor they're searching for a goal, as it's now 8-0. Give us a try with Bibaba. Listen, I love Bibaba. But we can't really host it on EU yet. It sounds like maybe Naga thinks that it's possible to host on EU. It just needs like a couple days to get it set up. I think that'll be worth it for any of the EU matchups, as opposed to just trying on high ping. Arsenal can't convince Reddles to try again. Reddles has played against Slater before, and so he is not accepting Arsenal's request. Here's the nice passing play. We talked to Naga yesterday at the end of the Diaz 1v1, and he really liked how much Slater passed. He says in 3v3 they pass a ton because they have that third back in order to, give him a little bit of security. In 2v2, they mostly, at least when they played against Diaz and Reveal, went for bump plays. Like as soon as Leth, like right now, Leth on the wrong side of the ball, bump play. But this guy's Kofor is actually also out of position, so just a booming long shot will do. 10-0. Left says, sorry, close one. Diaz and Reveal did really well. Dude, look at the movements. Lock in Slater's first game on. Oh no, Naga. Naga, they did not need any insult to injury. Naga, no. Certainly you can show sympathy for the humans during the bot uprising. No! He flicks crossbar down and out on the chance for Leth and Kofor to get a goal. Oh, they're double committing. That's just a goal the other way. But at this point, they're getting so risky. They're just going all in. Definitely the goal has to have changed. Arsenal says all you need is bumps and to be in flow state. Oh no. Oh no. Another human soul to crush. The fighting spirit of the humans just refuses to go down. Wait a second. Ooh, Kofor, a bit of a strong touch. Could we get a goal here? Slater 2 sends this one away. And then the passing plays. Look at the pass upfield. Pass by Slater 2 to Slater Prime. Slater Prime cheating up. I love the way they move in full trust of each other. It's definitely something I've noticed. No matter whether it's passing play or just bump play, as soon as the ball is on the wrong side of one of the players, they just both start lining up the bump because they're guaranteed know that their teammate will be handling the ball perfectly. Big read, and then Slater Prime is just faster the ball on the power shot. 14-0. Look at how fast Slater 2 is up. Back down to Slater Prime. Top left. Oh my gosh. Okay, they're doing the passing plays Naga told us about now. Slater Prime to the sidewall, runs ahead, chases Kofor back, gets the pass from Slater 2, and Slater Prime just booms it into the net. Oh my goodness, the read, the flick, the top shelf launch. 16-0. Slater has no mercy. I don't think that I've seen a scoreless game, even when I've watched other games against Slater. Let me find Typical, we win these. All right. Now the question, dude, it's keeping the ball up and throwing it away at 0 seconds. Come on. The question now is how, you know, formidable is the human spirit? Kofor readies up right away. Okay, we were iced for 20 minutes. Surely next game we score a single goal. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. We should have a Donathon 2v2 with Slater against NA. Marathon stream. Stream ends when somebody beats Slater. And we just stay live. I'll just walk away. I won't be able to commentate anywhere near all the matches. Okay, game number 2. The humans, undeterred by the beatdown given to them in game number 1. How much they lose by doesn't matter after they've clearly lost the game. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt and said they were continuing to test potential theories. Wait, Slater just missed! Bump? Ooh. Slater Prime did miss, but every time the bot misses, I wonder if it's maybe knew what it was doing all along and it's just setting something else up. Good bump, good recovery from Kofor. You cannot leave your teammate to play 1v1 or obviously 1v2. So every shot attempt, every aerial needs to have some sort of quick recovery that prevents a full-on 1v2. Kofor trying to get a zap dash. We talked a little bit too. Oh, the creator of Waits accidentally bumped it with the back of his car. No goal yet. They've held him off for a minute. They were down 5 in game number 1. But we talked about Naga. Oh, see, this is just so brutal. You never expect how quickly and confidently the bot is able to go for bumps. So going ahead and getting bumps is obviously a great idea and a great thing to do. If a human tries to do that, if a human tries to line up a bump off of a shot from its teammate, you know, behind it, what ends up happening is you just can't read it. You can't, you know, keep ball cam off and read the player without knowing where they're going to go for the ball. Or you keep ball cam on, you can't see the player. But one thing that the bot definitely has a big benefit on and why it's playing that way is it can kind of see the ball and its opponent at the same time perfectly. So it can both stay in front of the ball to protect it and bump the defender at the same time. And a human just will never be able to do that. A human's not going to be able to see the ball perfectly and see the opponent on the other side perfectly. The fake kickoff just ain't going to work. I mean, it needs to be like a perfect fake kickoff where you're right next to the ball. Slater Prime just sees him landing and turning away, and the reaction time is too good. Slaters versus the NRG roster. We'll see if anybody can take it down 3v3. We were going to have a 1s, 2s, and 3s match from an NA player today, but it ended up not working out. Maybe it'll happen after RLCS, either, you know, after the weekend of RLCS or after a day of RLCS. What a pass, dude. This, I mean, we didn't really see these before. Slater Prime out of the back corner. Slater 2 takes over Kofer's name as well in the process, and then just great redirection shot to make it 4-0. Leth, interception. 50, reset. Something. Kofer challenge with a 50. Nice bump! The net is open! Oh no! He couldn't quite get the shot on in time and then got bumped away. We did see a lot of goals after demos for Diaz in reveal. Oh! I swear the bot just misses sometimes in ways that you just don't expect it to. I always want to know what its reason is. Kofer has to just think about recovery. As soon as you're in the air by yourself, I mean, if they're actually trying to win this game anymore, but I bet you they're already thinking, let's just get a goal. Let's just start taking risks and get a goal. Is there any point in the wiggles, or does it do it just a weird bot thing? It's just making micro decisions at a pace way faster than humans and inputting slight wiggles. I think it's just, you know, going through a decision tree if I had to guess. You'd have to ask Naga. But it just basically moves really fast and is micro adjusting in real time, is why it wiggles in certain occasions. It's not like a wiggle gives you extra speed or anything like that. It's not like it found out, like wave dashing, if you slightly wiggle, it speeds you up. It's not like that. Oh, what a bump. A go-ahead bump. Minute 18, and they have really reduced the scoring from Slater. Nice pass upfield. They're doing a lot of this time around. A lot of cheat ups into passes. Slater Prime just leaves the ball and then just redirects towards the goal line. Yeah, that's a good point. The first time chatter makes as well. You know, it's not a joystick, a smooth joystick that they're operating in real time. They're changing their inputs instantly. You know, 1 second you're wanting the bot to go left, the next absolute moment you want it to go another direction, and it can switch that instantly, as opposed to moving inputs over a range like you have to do with basically any controller. I guess keyboard could maybe go back and forth a bit faster. 7-0. What's the actual MMR of the human players? Kofer is a regional champion of the last RLCS Open. And Lethamir is a frequent top 100 player, ex-pro. Maybe not top 100 right now, but definitely SSL. They're on the board! Nobody scores on Lethamir and Kofer. How many times in a row? 15, 20. I forget what it was. 16 last time, and then 7 from here. So my quick math tells me 23. Nobody scores on Lethamir and Kofer 24 times in a row. Bump, shot, 2 in a row. 2 in a row! 2 straight goals for Leth and Kofer. At this rate, it'll only take about 20 more matches before they can maybe get close. Game 2 to the Slaters. Kofer says 1 more game. Kofer is not really excited about his own performance or his own chances. It would be interesting to let the bots have the same data that a player has, like the ones derived from the player's view. Sure, they have to be able to change ball cam when they want and not all servers' data. If humans had this, they would play much better. True. True, if the bots had to look from a POV, it would make things harder from them. Right? If they had to derive other cars' positioning based on intuition, kind of, you know, like, sure, they went off camera, but I have a decent idea where they may have went based on what I hear, all that kind of stuff. That's not how they're making decisions. They get, you know, all the game data inputted to them, which definitely is an advantage. But one thing that I really want to stress that I think people are losing along the way, maybe this is your first time you've seen bots play. What a nice read from Slater Prime on the backboard touch. Clean opening to game number 3. Is every bot that's played in Rocket League so far has had that advantage, and none of them have been able to shut out pros. I think Feer, the one that Naga talked about, that he entered his bot last second and then beat Feer in the championships. That one was one that did a few rounds against some top duos. I think that was a European hosted bot because I remember Johnny had a bunch of EU2's teams going after it. And the pros won on occasion. A couple pro teams did win, I think. But I don't think I see any pro teams beating Slater. I think that's why it's important to get it hosted on EU to give a chance to let everybody give it a go and see if anybody can come close. Wait, what a missed bump. Oh, but it's like it knew. It's like Slater Prime was bumping where Leth should have been. It's like, listen, if you're not going to be where you need to be, then fine. You can challenge the ball all you want. We're still going to score. Couldn't you just get one person to boost star the bot so they don't have anything to get a play started? Void of guts. That's the kind of creativity we're going to need. We might need some people to think outside the box. That being said, I would not expect that strategy to work. You'd basically just be leaving your player who's not boost starving to play 1v2 and... oh! Get 50'd! Get absolutely 50'd by the strength of the human race. What are you doing, Slater 2? Boom! What a save! Got 50'd by the human spirit itself. Kofer has had his name stolen once again, and then they went to bump Kofer as well. No respect. Fake challenging is, you know, one of the stages of grief. One of the stages of despair that I think every pro goes through. But you can't fake it at all, you know. So I don't think faking it works well. And obviously, it will beat you to every challenge it can beat you to. So what you need to do is you need to have computer-like reads and know exactly when and when not you'll be able to win a race to the ball and then execute it perfectly and have no flaws. That's all it's going to take. We should study Diaz's 1v1. I think he did get a lot of kickoff goals. I think he beat Slater in the kickoffs. But he also had a pretty strong aerial game against it. I think a single game can be done. Like Naga said, I do think, especially in 1v1 after watching Diaz, oh, so close to getting the save. We thought he dodged the bump, but of course, Slater had done the calculations and said, nope, if you dodge me there, you're just going to end up own goaling, so I don't care. It is pretty unfair for the bot to see more than possible. There's no way to really get around that, though. I mean, the bot is always going to be able to just kind of... it has to consume the game data in some way, and it is going to be advantaged. And so I'll just keep repeating what I said before. Even with that advantage, up until now, they couldn't win against the best players. We exist in a time that this was always going to happen eventually. Unlike the gamers of old, I talked about chess, you know, last time, who were playing over the board and whatnot. Computers didn't exist. You know, they got to exist in a world in which they weren't sure if computers may ever overtake them. We knew that at some point computers would get better at pros at this game, as is the case with every game that has ever been made, I would say. Is there like a game that isn't bested by the pros or will eventually be bested by the pros, assuming people, or by the bots, assuming they put in enough time? Do you guys want to watch Slater versus Slater? It seems like that would be very easy. What about LOL? Have the bots won at LOL yet? It might be a somewhat complex enough game. I do expect, given, you know, focus from devs to try and train bots to win, they would. They beat Dota. Can they win in feeling love? Can they win in, you know, putting a big smile on my face when I hug Feer Jr. later? We could take solace in that. They'll never experience that, and they'll never win 8-1 because Leth and Kofer have a nice reset air dribble, plays through the bump, low 50, tees it up for Leth. Just need to do that every time. Nice. Save by Leth. Kofer. Shot missed. Backboard double. Kofer has that save. Follow up to the backboard again. They're just... See that? What is that? I want to know what that is. Slater jumps off the wall. I guess just recognizes going for the touch isn't worth it and would rather let Slater 2 collect it and pass to him midfield. My guess is that Slater trained on the Octane hitbox. Nice. Okay, this is not bad. I mean, they've improved every game. Like I said, with enough games, practice against it, and kind of a perfect run. You need to kind of have a perfect 5-minute run. They've had, what, a perfect 45 seconds maybe? Because they've scored twice in a row since 8-1. So if you can string together a perfect 5 minutes, then maybe it can be done. My guess is they've trained with Octane and they wouldn't work the same if you gave it a different hitbox. It probably could do any Octane hitbox. But I think that Naga has picked a style for Slater to play in, you know, this specific setup on the Octane. And it's become Slater's look. I recommend checking out the end of the Diaz 1v1 video on the YouTube. If you haven't, if you want to hear the developer talk about, you know, how he built it, why he built it, how it trains, how it ended up being better than the best bots that were available at the time. Ooh, maybe if the pros use weird hitboxes. Wait, no, I get what you're saying. That can actually be interesting. It might be an advantage. I wonder what Naga thinks. If they played planks. GG's. GG's. Thanks for playing. I wonder if the opponents played planks. That would, I assume that would give a bigger bonus to the humans than it would a deficit. Obviously, they're going to play worse if they don't play their regular cars, but... GG, says Naga. Zapatos. Maybe the Zapatos plank could take him down. Les said good programming. Thanks for hosting. What a crazy bot. Good programming. Anybody want to take a run at it. I'm seeing if our plank hitbox could do it. Never mind. No plank hitbox. That is just insane. Yeah, as if I'll beat it in marbles. We need the mock. We tried the mock. We need the mock on EU ping. That is true. I'll destroy this bot if I have a 99 goals lead. I'm not sure you would. You have to be pretty darn good. Jinxie 1 goal against Slater? No, Slater would never let the goal happen. Is there a way to get the later bots so we could practice against it? The Slater? No, I don't think so. I don't think Slater is given out right now. I'm going to step out of the match so I don't have to hear ambient sounds. Zen and Musty said the same thing. You guys, here's the thing about the 99 to zeros and the like 499 to zeros. They ended in the only way that's good for content. I'm sorry, but watching Zen score 500 straight goals in free play, it went way too long. You'd love to versus spot in your own time? No, it's right now it's not available to get as far as I'm aware. Naga said it's his second bot. What's his first? I don't know. He's probably in chat. Let me see if anybody... If I want to see if anybody else wants to give it a go, dude. I mean... It doesn't look like it's fun to play against. We might get another chance next week from some people. I know there's been some pros who have played on other channels as well who probably don't want to give it another go. Do we want to see it play itself? Do you guys want to see Naga play itself for a bit? Or sorry, Slater play itself? We can let's watch Slater play itself here. I think that'll be super easy. I think if I rejoin, he could just have Slater. There's probably tons of content, by the way. There's probably a plethora of content around of Slater playing Slater. Oh, do you guys want ones, twos, or threes? Let me do a poll in the chat. Slater versus itself. 1, 2, 3. You guys want Slater to play itself in ones, twos, or threes? Type now in order to vote. Threes, I think, is what Naga will tell you is the most exciting, because when it plays against itself in threes, it'll pass between itself and whatnot. But I don't know if it's going to even look as good when it's having to, get defended by itself. But yeah, chat. Or yeah, Naga, it looks like they are voting for 3v3. Slater versus other Slaters. Chat, here we go! It's Slater versus Slater. Slater 1, 2, 3, or Slater 4, 5, and 6. Who will get the best results? It looks like Slater 4, 5, and 6 off to a great start. We're going to see how these bots play against each other. If you guys have just tuned in, maybe you haven't been watching. We just watched Slater take down everybody that we could find basically to play against him so far. Took down Diaz in Reveal in 2v2. Then Diaz in 1v1. Diaz got the closest. Then kind of Mawkzy. Mawkzy had really bad ping. So we'll have to see if we can get Mawkzy on lower ping against the bot. And then we watched it beat Lethamir and Kofor. And when I say beat, I mean it hasn't dropped a game. And now we're seeing that Slater's 4, 5, and 6 are clearly better than Slater's 1, 2, and 3. What a perfect pass roll down for Slater 4, 5, 6. I think it'll just be whoever gets possession first. YouTube still says Mawkzy. Oh, you're right. I haven't been updating the YouTube titles. But right now, just as a, you know, fun side event, we can watch the Slaters play themselves. Did chat predict on Slater versus Slater? And chat went 71% in favor of blue Slater. That is the most lopsided prediction I've ever seen for what is pretty obviously a coin flip. Chat thinks blue team buff is that serious. Let's watch from a single Slater POV. We've done this before, but we'll go... Oh, leaked. I think they said it was okay. Where am I trying to go? This one. We're watching from the original Slater Prime's POV. Slater won. And it does seem like if Slater makes it into ranked, it will destroy. I wonder if Slater plays well alongside humans. I wonder if that's been tried. Can you team up with Slater? Yes, it does. Have you guys seen Slater teaming? Feer plus Slater? I could dominate. Wait a second. Me and Slater versus anybody. No, I think we'd get cooked. Ooh, what a read. What a save. What a read by Slater 4 and what a save by Slater Prime. There's a lot of single jumping into wave dashing that seems to be clearly incentivized by Naga because there's just so much single jump to wave dashing, which I guess is a boost preservation speed type thing. Because, I mean, a lot of times in the open field, it doesn't seem like it's necessarily the best thing to just single jump, wave dash. But maybe it's better than pushing out a little bit of boost or going a little bit slower. What a quick read by Slater 6 on that long clear. Just neither... Nice bump. Ooh, got bumped into making the save, though. Neither Slater team is ever really in control of the ball for any considerable amount of time. I mean, how long has any Slater been able to control it before immediately challenged? Slater 2, for a second there, almost looked like it was going to have multiple touches in a row. What happened here? Was that an own goal? I mean, it couldn't have been an own goal, but it seemed like an orange Slater was the one who hit it forward or hit it back. Wait, what? Orange Slater just owned gold. Am I crazy? Maybe because it was getting chased off of a bump? by the Slater upfield. A traitor. We're tied 2-2. This is absolutely the most tense we've ever been. Check Slater. Check the Slater's PayPal. Slater 5 intentionally throwing, obviously. Slater 2 fake. Slater prime. Backing off after touch. Pass and field, good save by Slater 4. Another fake by Slater 5 there. There's a lot of times where it seems like Slater's going to go for the ball and then decides, you know what, actually just leaving it is better. Back pass. Instant clear. Slater prime just barely able to read that and slow it down, but not save it. Look at this counter. Slater 5 cooking. The bots will get resets on occasion, but it doesn't seem like we've even really seen too many from the bots in this game, have we? Ooh, wait a second. Slater prime was so far away from the ball, but it will hit ground. I don't know if we want to watch a best of 5 of the Slaters play each other. Like watching 6 Monkey Moons. But Orange Slater did at least win this game. Should we switch to 2s? And then 1s? See it play against each other in each game mode? 3 Fears versus 3 Slaters. Can we do 2s and then 1s as well? I think watching it play itself in 3s again maybe isn't like not a best of 5. We don't really need that. Blue was lagging. Chat, do you guys want Naga to do slightly different models as opposed to mirroring the exact same version of Slater? He says it's going to be more interesting. And then it actually makes like gambling make sense in any way. Let's do it. Go for it. So Naga this time around for the 2v2. It seems like he's going to put slightly different brains on the blue team versus the orange team. Whereas I imagined previously, Slater version 1.0 versus Slater new. Who do you have in the chat right now? Slater 1.0 or Slater new? We just watched Leth and Kof try to 2v2 this. I imagine Slater's going to do a better job. Slater new was the one that they went against, and Slater new is already beating Slater 1. He was saying that Slater new was maybe a little bit bumpier. Chase down bump in a situation you would never see a pro normally go for a bump there. Slater prime. Making up for the demo. Slater 2. Now this is a situation where they normally go and try and bump it. Looks like Slater 2 decided that as well. Immediate bump back the other way. Dude. The counterplay. Slater playing the same way as it did before. Almost got a bump. Wait, what? It got a bump, then flew up and dunked it in? In the process of getting the demo, it flew up and then got the read as well. Just went 2 for 1, no problem. I don't care that I got thrown off slightly by a demo. I'll just read this double tap easy. See, nice passing play. I wonder if Slater's going to be better at stopping the bumps, and it's going to lead to more passes like this. See, Slater 2 very clearly wants to get a bump, but Slater version 1 is dodging it and jumping really quickly So then instead of going bump play, the other Slater just takes the pass and slots it past. All right. Blue team Slater. They play ahead of the ball so well. Is one thing that I've noticed. Humans feel like they have to move around, kind of swing around, get the ball in front of them, and then play from there, kind of attacking towards the ball. And if they do play out ahead, it feels like they play out a lot farther ahead so they can get separation and kind of read the ball in the air. But Slater is fine playing just in front of the ball. With the ball, you know, oh my goodness, look at this setup, dude. That's just nasty from the ceiling. Ridiculous shots. Yeah, and trust issues, you're right, is why you would never want to do that as a human. Playing directly in front of the play, never rotating back, and just assuming that your teammate is going to farm. Just read the challenge, just like it did everybody else. Faked the shot there, maybe, because Slater thought there was going to be a shot and jumped in front of the net, but instead of shooting, just went backboard. The single jump over the top of the demo, wave dash landing to cruise away. Okay, see, look at that. Slater 2 just runs ahead, has possession, and just leaves the ball, deciding it's best to let Slater 1 control it and just run ahead. In this case, didn't even keep possession, though. Oh, what a wave dash cuts. No boost. Chased off, though. Couldn't make a play on the ball because of the threatened demo. And the slot, dude. The no air roll shots. They're just perfect every time. Chat said the monkey moon aerials. There was, I hate to really double down on Zen's on Zen's diss. There's no reason to bring it up again, but I thought it was so funny. I was watching Zen against Jinxie. A lot of people obviously caught that as well. And Jinxie went up for an aerial without air rolling, and he said it was a monkey moon aerial, and I thought that was just so uncalled for. Random stray for the goats. Look at the back pass. Slater read the doink. Slater version 1. Staying on the aerial. Long clear. Orange Slater. Slater knew is better. I wonder if Naga... I mean, presumably, you know, the slight variations of it are an attempt to make it better. But it does seem like, at least in this game, who knows, maybe this doesn't necessarily mean anything, but Slater knew does seem to be performing better. You guys think we should all just try and copy how it plays, or is it impossible since they do everything perfectly? I think it's the second one. I think that they are too perfect and play in ways that are not able to be recreated. I think the most obvious one is, you know, the ball cam and reverse cam essentially at the same time. You could tell it seems to be able to take advantage of that. Specifically when it's a running ahead of its teammates' shots, like right here. This is an impossible bump to make and or read to make. Not impossible, but really tough. To chase off the defender correctly while also perfectly positioning for the clear up field, you have to have both cameras on to do that. You have to be able to see the other person and also watch the ball behind you. And the bot can do that, but humans can't. So, not very easily recreated. 1 Slater versus 2 Nextos? I don't know how it would handle 1v2s. Kickoffs seem to be better. Was this a kickoff strat from the Slater news? Wow, what a cheat up. What the heck? What? What? Is Slater new doing that? I don't think Slater new did that against the humans ever. What an insane cheat up. It had to have gone midfield boost or something. Not very comfy leaving that 19 months tier 1. All right, Slater New is farming. I think we'll watch Slater New play in 1v1. And I'll be really interested to see, as obviously I'm most familiar with pro play styles in 1v1. See how it compares. Nice pass down. Slater New is absolutely farming. Slater versus 20 Psionics bots. I think that would be fine. All-Star bots would never be able to hang. Do the bots watch boost trails and pickups to know exact opponent boosts? It probably, you know, it's not thinking like that, I don't think, in the sense of like calculating its opponent's boosts, but it does see all the game data at once, so it probably has a sense for the boost amounts. Feer versus 1 All-Star bots. Who would win? Oh, come on, please. I can beat 4 All-Star bots at once. On a good day. Copying how it plays makes my 6-man games free low. Rank C. Naga says he's learned from it. Naga said he made it originally to train against it. Yeah, now it's going to be 1v1. It did play Mawkzy, but on high ping. So we're going to try and get Mawkzy on better ping. I think that would go best. We're going to watch, I think, from Slater. Actually, watch from Slater new POV. Because this one is apparently better. And I'll fix the camera settings here in a second, because obviously it's unwatchable. But Slater Prime seemed to decide that wasn't going to stand a chance on that initial take, backing off into the corner, holding on to 87 boost, and these ball camp carries might make it tough to watch, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of carries and then defensive reads. And what that tells me is, nice pass to itself off the backboard. It tells me that it is possible to defend against them, because every other time a human got against the bots in one of those carries, it was just a beatdown. It was a bump every time. But Slater version 1 did escape. Also, it likes to slightly delay the kickoff. Very rarely just full speeds to it. Oh, Slater New is just farming. Naga said that it was a slightly different version, but it just wins the kickoff and double jumps perfectly. And it's such a high risk play normally, double jumping there with that little bit of boost left, but clearly the bot doesn't think so. It seems like the bot has ways to learn though, or maybe I'm wrong about it, because that flip to the kickoff just seems so inefficient, and it seems like almost like a diamonds, you know, approach to the kickoff, and yet it still seems to work. Slater Prime pulling back off of the high flick, can't stop it. This is Nexto. This is what grandfather Nexto has taught the bots. Just lob it to the ceiling and get the follow-up. See that? Doesn't that... I mean, I wonder if it's just adapting so much on the fly, and that's why its front flip to the kickoff seems so weak. Humans have decided what they're going to do beforehand and just, you know, speed flip to it. But the bot feels like it has to make a different decision based on what the opponent's doing, maybe. So... Oh, look at the read, dude. This is bot level precision on the saves as well. This is, you know, this is reading the flick on a bot now. Air dribble bump. It's funny, the bumps don't work. It's funny that it uses bumps so much against the humans, considering the bumps don't work against itself. I mean, at least not for 100% rate like it did against the humans. Just a great counterattack. Good punish of low boost, by the way. Front flip pop and then power shot top shelf. See, that kickoff is so weird. And you would see it in the diamond lobby. The approach to the ball, at least. Ooh, Slater, no! Dodging the air dribble bumps. Reacting so quickly. And not even, you know, escaping it completely, but just accepting that it'll get bumped, but softly bumped. Okay, surely Slater V1 is going to get a goal here. No, what a save! What a read! The perfect 50 read off of the post bounce. Slater V1 getting bumped. Ooh, got around it. Counterattack. Aggressive bump from Slater New. Slater V1. 2 bumps off the kick. Oh my goodness. That just felt unfair. And this is against Slater itself too. The catch and flick is so strong. New comeback for Slater V1. I should change the scoreboard because it's no longer Slater's. Slater V1 versus Slater New is what this has been. Oof. Perfect read on the crossbar down save, I think, is what I saw out of the corner of my eye while updating the leaderboard. What is going on from Burbo right now? The king has gone mad with power. Lean back reset. A little bit of aerial gameplay? And did Slater version 1 just get faked? Lean back. Oh, just tried to challenge out the ceiling and just perfect 50'd it. I mean, that's actually interesting how much that mirrors pro 1v1 gameplay too now when it goes into the air. Boost steal here for Slater New. Slater version 1 trying to pick up 100. Midfield grab. Doesn't want the challenge. Lean back reset for Slater V1. And just try to get the reset shot through. Is going to get countered perfectly. Lethamir did not win. Nobody has won. Diaz has come the closest. Diaz in his game 2 versus Slater had it within 1 at 0 seconds, but then got scored on at 0 seconds, so did lose by 2. Anybody who doesn't play on US Ping, you know, we're going to have to wait and see if we can get fair matches between the bots and those players. We should learn from Ripple more because it has a 200 millisecond reaction time. Interesting. So some of the other bots have been intentionally, you know, handicapped. Kickoff dribble bump simulator. That's a lot of ones. Okay, let's see some aerial gameplay. Lean back reset. They always go for the lean back reset. And what a save, but still not good enough. Slater V1 comeback. Slater V1. Never give up, never surrender. Slater staying confident in the face of a bump attempt. Slater V1 wave dash recovery, gonna get bumped again. Double jump bump. 6-9. 200 milliseconds is actually kind of slow, isn't it? As far as pro level reaction time. I'm sure if I went to human benchmark, I might not get that fast, but but listen, I'm old. Seven, 9. 21 seconds left for Slater New to hold on to it. Mirrored wave dash kickoff. Slater, cringe, just maximum cringe, of course. This is as good as, you know, Diaz did against Slater New. Diaz could beat Slater 1. I wonder. I wonder if he maybe would have gotten a win against Slater 1. This is about the scoreline. In fact, Diaz did better than Slater 1 did against Slater New. Diaz had an 8-10 against Slater New. Do you think a human being with 700 years of training in Rocket League will be able to beat this bot? No. I think it might still lose. I think it might still lose. All right, chat. I don't know if we have any more humans.
Henry Marbles, I've been king for too long and I'm going mad.
You're going mad? We have 8 subs in the day and it's hour 3, so no. If you can score on this bot, it'll be beatable. Hard to play as a decomposed corpse. Lose because these bots have over 4K hours. Yeah. Here's what hopefully we can do. GG's. Thanks for hosting it, gamer. I think people would be super interested in the EU guys getting a chance. So if you can figure that out, let me know, smiley face. All right, chats. I think we're gonna call it a day today.
If the king is bad enough, will you force Marbles to get rid of the king?
No. Chat, I had a good time hanging out with you today. Hopefully you guys did as well. We got tomorrow NA RLCS. NA RLCS. I'll be watch partying. Maybe we'll have more people play Slater after it if Nog is down, if they're around. Monday, maybe we can start getting EU players if they figure it out. I'm not sure. But either way, it was fun hanging with you guys today. Burbo's going to time everybody out because he's king of the marbles, and I guess he has that right. But make sure to follow the stream and or subscribe to YouTube if you guys had a good time. I'll put all the matches that happened today up on the YouTube, at least some of them, maybe not all of them, maybe not the Mawkzy one. See you guys later. Bye.